Oh, we're on? Oh, okay.
How do I look?
Hey, guys.
You look beautiful.
Welcome back to Struggle Bus. Okay, cool.
Okay.
The rappers are a little loud.
Okay.
That's
it's over
fine.
now.
It's what they expect from us.
It's over now. I'm gonna be ginger with the.
I stutter so crazy every episode, and no one ever knows. So.
How's
one
this? Is
knows?
this loud?
Oh, what did you say?
No one knows?
No, people are always like, why is Nick chewing gum?
Oh, right. Like,
Yeah.
Because they've never met a guy like you.
We went on
Yeah.
Stavi's World, and people were so mean to me.
Let's talk about it.
oh, yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah,
Marley
you just
has
went on
Stavi's
it.
No, I
World.
just went. We have a lot. I think we should talk about that. We
Yeah.
should go full podcast, and then we should talk about.
I prepared some questions as well.
Oh,
I
great.
didn't prepare any questions, so Nick, you go.
That's
ask
kind of
questions.
our dynamic.
Right. I was gonna say I was like to Ivy last night. I was like, so what are we doing? She's like, we're just gonna key.
That is kind of what it is.
I was like, totally.
And sometimes we kind of have three loose concepts for the podcast that we kind of have a beautiful dance through every episode. So
I can't wait to dance with y'all.
Literally, it's the joy of my life to dance with you, Marley.
I mean,
You're such an important artist to us.
I admire your work so much, Marley.
and like it actually is really meaningful. Like you both like feel like my daughters, like completely.
I love you down.
I mean,
I was on the subway just scrolling through your reels.
really.
And there's not a lot of people who do reels like you because like everyone's like you should post or whatever, but like you do like weird Instagram intentionally
right
in a
I'm-
really beautiful
I'm
way.
intentional. I mean, it's like I've done it for the biggest brands and pop stars in the world. I'm like,
Right.
why am I just not giving that energy to myself?
That's
Like,
what I think. That's what Courtney O'Donnell did. I looked at her
Courtney
website.
used to be the
So
voice of
funny.
McDonald's.
I looked at
Oh,
her.
really?
I looked at
Yeah.
her website and she like won shit from like Ad Age.
Yeah, Courtney used to be the voice of McDonald's. She was responsible for the Grimace comeback.
Really?
Mhm.
I once went on an awful date with a woman and we had nothing to talk about. And I was like, "What's your passion? Like, what do you like really into? Like, what do you really care about?" And she was like, "My dream is to run the McDonald's Instagram."
Well, Courtney done did it.
girl, Chanty
They're-
Beluga.
Chanty
done.
Beluga
Shout
done
out the
fucking did it.
fucking god, Chanty
Shout
Beluga.
out the fucking guy.
I know there
Chanty.
are. I mean, like there are minimal people who like do videos well, and like I just want to keep people on their toes. And
Mhm.
like I was making like sports videos, like kicking soccer balls in like full like triple D
I remember.
wigs when I was 19 years old, and then I would be at home, off whatever drugs with my housemates watching Ivy's 13-year-old TikToks.
Right.
And we're like, she's our daughter.
Posting is so important.
It
It's literally the invisible
is.
string that connects all of us.
I know, but
I-
soon
I
our
f-
posting will be like streamers.
I
Posting
find
on streamers.
posting so hard. I love being a voyeur on
Yeah,
social
Nick likes
media.
to watch the post, but posting is hard for him himself.
It's
Yeah.
not my instrument in the way that
You're a
it seems to
cuck.
be. Yeah.
It's important to have cucks.
Yeah.
Or
like-
else who gonna sit in that chair? Clock it.
Everyone forgets about that,
I know. No, it is like
An audience is very important.
Very.
and to have like a straight male, well, I don't know. We were just talking about you had a crush on a non-binary folk.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But
Also,
that's-
That happens to him a lot.
and
Yeah.
and like an ongoing conversation is that there are many trans people who think that I am an egg.
Yeah, do you think that Nick is a nascent trans woman?
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just like, is that your truth?
No.
No, I don't think so, and you're not somebody that I would like put that on you.
And thank you for saying
I
that,
have
Marley.
root leather in my teeth. I'm just gonna have my fingers in my mouth.
And I
That's it.
also no, please finger yourself. For the listeners at home, Ivy is fingering herself, and
That's what it
after
sounds like.
pasty fruit leather points,
Brown circle.
Yeah.
After I have brown circle.
and what was I? Oh no, it's just important to have literally cis straight male cuck voyeurs that are supporting artists on and off the internet.
So that's kind of what Spike said when I talked to Spike about it.
Mhm.
He was like, I think that some trans people just like you and don't really know, like, they're like, oh, this guy must be trans.
Right.
Right, because you're like, wait, why are you treating us with respect?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why? I mean, that was with. I mean, we can jump to the Stavi's world of it all, but it's like with being like listened to by greater amounts of people in different locations and different walks of life, it's like they will not even listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
So-
It's like if they see me, it's just like, nerp. Where it's like you actually can listen to my words. Where it's like that's the bar is so low.
It's true.
Yeah.
So what happened with you in Stavi's World? Because we, of course, also went on Stavi's World.
Right.
and-
We also
and
were
just
dragged-
a universally reviled episode.
It was me and Edie Modica on Stavi's World.
Shout out to
I-
God.
Shut up, God.
It was so fun.
Mother
We
queen.
literally had a blast. I'm like, right, it is the same thing where I'm like,
Nick and I
you
were
can-
scared.
We
Yeah, I
were
was,
scared.
So
we
the
were,
whole time
we were
I think
incredibly sweaty.
we were
Okay.
really sweaty. There
We
was
looked
no
like
issue with it.
shit.
We looked like shit.
I thought
And
that
we were
I watched
scared.
the clips. You guys were cute to me.
Thanks.
Thank you, but we were trembling within. Truly like a diarrheal
Right.
wake within.
Was it like
Stav was great.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Nothing wrong with Stav.
Bianca.
he's such a pro,
Yeah.
and it's inspiring. Like he does it all himself.
Yeah.
And like now he has a studio.
Laughing
he's,
at just C riffs, like just
Yeah.
sort of
Just, like,
giving
he can
giving
hike it.
everything.
He can make
Yeah.
a C to an A plus.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
so like
Exactly. There's such a utility
Yeah.
to him, and he understands that.
and he can just key with literally
Anybody.
anyone.
Mhm.
But I
Anybody.
think us, I was bringing some new topics to the table. Meaning, like, I was like, have you fucked a trans person?
Cool.
Have you slept with a hooker?
What were his answers?
No, but open and yes in Amsterdam.
I went on a black podcast and they asked me if I'd ever bought pussy before.
Yeah, Nick went on an all black podcast. He had the most fun I've ever seen him have.
I was on top of the world.
Yeah, they
Well,
were really
right.
they really loved Nick, and they did ask him if he had ever bought pussy, and they
And-
all had.
Yeah, they all had, and
And you hadn't?
I hadn't, but I felt embarrassed, so I kind of pretended I had.
Oh, no.
They were like, "Have you ever bought pussy?" And I was like,
No.
"I was like,
You're like,
listen,
Back in my
yo,
day."
yo,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want my
Well, see, I don't-
girlfriend to get mad at me."
Right. I don't think you're an egg, but I do think you want to be like transracial.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
thing is,
And
that's
that's what ties us together.
I know.
Is people
It's-
think we're trans, but actually what is trans about us is our racial.
Right, it's
And that's what
AAVE.
you- and
It's
like
the
that-
BFG, AAV, and Jewish
Yeah.
infant AAV.
LGBT, JEW,
CIA, FBI.
I'm like,
IDF,
how old are you?
30.
Okay.
Silent,
Love an age gap.
silence in the
No,
room.
I do
I've never revealed that on the podcast before.
not.
Really?
You're 30? Do people
Yeah.
not know that you're 30?
I think they have a sense. I don't think they know the extent of it though.
Right.
I think that
shirt
actually
you're
makes-
going, nobody knows I'm 30.
Yeah. Famously on this podcast, or like when we went on Stavi's World, people were like, "Gen Z sucks." And I think
Yeah.
that people just assume we were both like 25 to
Yeah, but
27.
I'm little and he big.
Right,
Yeah.
but you're
She-
cusp, no?
Yeah,
Because I'm
cusp.
29 and I'm full Gen Z.
Zillennial, yes.
Yeah.
Thank
he
you.
is a millennial.
Okay. Wow, this is making more sense now. I did think you were like 25.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And how did you two meet?
We met.
Just through comedy at a
Yeah,
bar.
we can't decide where we met. I thought we met at St. Mark's Comedy Club. He thought we met at All Night Skate.
Yeah, and I remember that we became friends when I was in Germany and she tweeted something about how she was having awful stomach issues.
And he was like, "What's going on with your stomach?"
But also there was a time where I posted Shane Gillis listening to Sophie.
Yeah.
And like I feel like there were like sort of steps.
There were
and those were all
steps.
steps.
There were steps.
Wait, can I bring up, speaking about social media, I love your hairline checks.
Thank you
They're
so
really
much.
good.
They're so
and you know
good.
he did hairline check on
Well,
Smuckers.
Yeah.
And that's what we call
That's
him.
what you call him on the
That's
pod.
what we call him on the pod.
I saw that.
He did hairline check on Smuckers, and I asked Nick. I said, "Take this down. That's my man." He broke up with me that evening, and I said, "Keep it up."
And like
On
I
archive
saw
it.
that and I knew I
I-
can tell the future.
It was That's So Raven.
I literally was like, like, I saw it and you knew too.
Yeah,
That's hence
of course.
why.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
whole
like,
time
that's
he
why
was
it's
breaking up with me,
bestie.
like after he broke up with me, I showed him that story from Nick, and he spent the last hour of our breakup looking at himself in the reflection of my window, pushing his hair back, being like, "Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think you're my person. Do you really think it's thinning? Do you really think that it's thinning?" And I was like, "No, like."
Oh, 'cause he
you're
saw
beautiful."
it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
saw it because I showed it to
Oh.
him. Because I was like, I'm not gonna show him this. And then after he broke up with me, I was like, I'm gonna show him.
And
Pop stars have feelings too.
I
stars
would
have
have
feelings,
never
too.
shown him that, just man to man. I would have never
Of course.
checked him live
But
on his hairline.
Right.
Latina to X, I had to show him.
I mean, like, as somebody who's literally getting hair grafting on Tuesday, I
Really?
feel like it's literally it's coming up.
How much is it?
free.
Right.
Mamdani. It's on that Mamdani. No, it's
What's the name of the trans health insurance?
Amita Care.
Amita Care.
It's literally
Thank you.
amazing. But I'm hoping I get a job but then I won't be on that. So I'm like, let me do it now.
Right. What does the hair grafting entail?
It's gonna be like shaving like a little like a
It's like a hair
strip off
transplant.
the back. Yeah, it's
That's
a hair
what they do
transplant,
with
but
a
it's
hair
not
transplant.
full shave
I
head.
feel
Okay,
like your
cool.
hairline like mad normal and even.
It is, but like I want to like have a slick back and
Right.
just like
You know,
be
it's-
confident. I mean, back to the Stavi's world where I'm like, it's not gonna matter. It's literally for me in my own confidence because I could go Amanda Lepore with it, and they're still gonna be like Adam's back on the pod.
Right.
You know, like that was
And
the
listen, they
comment.
said Adam's back on the pod for me too. We
I-
both
And
brought
that's why
Adam
you're my
Friedland back,
sister.
and that's why
And
we're
I
sisters.
love that when they said Adam, you thought they were talking about you and not me.
I just sort of understood the Jewish subtext of it.
Double Adams on the pod.
Double
No,
Adams on the
two,
pod.
triple. Hey, fuck it.
Neither of us
and
were the Nick, and we both left sad.
The way on the podcast we said I had a stutter, we talked about how I stuttered, and people were like, "Why is he? I can't take the mouth noises."
Yeah, they can't. They
Nick's
couldn't
making mac and
understand.
cheese noises.
They couldn't understand.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
Okay.
They all have mid pussy at home.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, my comments were definitely like finally there's somebody fatter than Stav.
It's crazy because Stav is the fattest person on the planet.
I know, but he's getting skinny now, I think.
Is he?
I don't know.
There's no way he's getting skinny.
Well, I
Like
don't.
that? No, gonna happen.
He looks good.
Sure, he's like glowing in like a pregnant way.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling him, I was like, he has undeniable lesbian swag, which
Yeah.
Right.
is like not the egg, but I think that's when people are like literally just like straight guys are allies.
Yeah.
And they have this kind of lesbian swag where they can like listen to a trans person,
Yeah.
which you have. And that's why maybe you're into they, them pussy.
Deeply.
And yeah, I mean,
I do have, not anymore. I have a beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah,
She's
shout
cis,
out.
love her. She is 6
She's
feet tall.
cis and straight.
But
she's 6 feet tall.
yeah,
Period. That's amazing.
and that's fine.
I mean, that's incredible.
It's incredible.
Have you had this experience on a podcast where you're like, oh, I can say whatever I want, and then you go on a podcast and say whatever you want, and like everyone in your life hates you for it?
I was literally just talking to Edie about this because it is like, I mean, I was on a podcast and I talked about I don't even want to like say exactly what it was
Sure.
about, but I talked about a community that is very private. It got posted. After I got surgery, I was getting staples literally plucked out of my head. I'm getting canceled by this very niche queer community where that like all I wanted to do was like celebrate them and be like how much I love you, where it's like it's not gonna be the people like, sure, there's gonna be tons of transphobes who are gonna have to say something about my personhood and dehumanize me,
Sure.
whatever, but then what hurts is like that one person that you actually know or the community that you actually want to uplift and support is gonna be like, fuck you, like, and then it's like, well, everyone's a tweaker.
Yeah, that's
at the end of the
always
day.
really hard
Yeah.
for me also because I think that my public image is sort of that I'm a fascist or a bigot or
A
whatever.
racist.
A racist.
Say it.
A racist, a transphobe, a homophobe, an
Yeah.
aphobe. I've been accused of being against the asexual community. Meanwhile, I'm the mayor. So it's like, you know, it's just all of these things are thrust my way, and it's like
I'm the Hitler of the asexual.
literally like I'm the Gal Gadot of Harlem, as we were talking about yesterday.
You can't bleep that.
Okay, we can't talk about the Gal Gadot of Harlem. But that's hard because it's like these are people who I would be in community with in my real life, both like politically and socially, and then for some reason they have this like idea of me that I am like a vehement bigot, and that's really hard because it's like with people who are like, you dirty Jew bitch, I'm like, okay, well, we was never even gonna kick it.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm probably like I had a higher chance of kicking it with a gay person that thinks I'm racist than like a person that is transvestigating me.
Yeah. I mean, like, I also feel like, I mean, I know you and I've known you for years, and I'm like, you're the sweetest girl ever.
I'm hella regular.
And I'm like, if you haven't seen Ivy live, you know, you're so fucking funny.
Mhm.
And at the same time, it's like, yeah, you will be transvestigated and your words will be like twisted, whatever. I guess I'm wondering, yeah, like what was the blowout with the W word?
Oh, right. Let's talk about it.
Do you want to?
What?
Yeah. Base. Well, when
Which thing?
Which thing?
Yeah.
Well, when I basically said it was a post about Ariana Grande.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a post about Ariana Grande and how, you know, I was basically, the larger thesis was a lot of you bitches would go anorexic for a lot less. And she has endured. And the examples I gave, I said, well, terrorist attack carried out in her name, racial
course.
dysmorphia, her favorite eater died, and she had a co-W situationship with Pete Davidson that ended in tatters,
So
where they were both exercising their inner W word that I guess I can't say. News to me.
okay, I just want to bring something up. Not to bring up the Black podcast again.
Go
I
ahead.
asked about saying wigger on that, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't care. Who cares?"
Yeah, it was interesting because I had never heard it to be a problem.
Well, okay, so
I will say that's something I would never say in a million years.
we've said it so many times.
I'm like, that is something I learned maybe like Omegle days where it was like my like friend would say it, and even then I knew it because it's like too.
It's too close. That's
it's
what I
too-
realized.
It's way too close.
I wasn't paying attention to the actual portmanteau of it all. I was like, we're making fun of white. I was like, why is everybody mad at me for making fun of white people? Like, that's what I thought everybody was mad about. I was like,
no.
I was
But
like, wait, are we not allowed
The
to make
thing
fun of
is,
white people
the
It
thing
anymore?
is
is
like-
though, what do you call those people?
Well, I'm like
And
Jack
that's the thing.
Harlow
What
and
do-
Pete Davidson. Like, what are you?
What's the
supposed to-
word for that?
And then it's like, I think maybe instead of talking about them, we just take a look at ourselves and let like maybe black people like shit on
You
them
think
or
she
talk
wouldn't
about them.
use that word about herself?
I mean,
I have.
I was. Let's just say, I was laughing. I was laughing,
course.
and I'm like, because the
was hella
sentiment,
funny.
like, I'm like. It's hard, and at the same time, I'm like, yeah, girl, you maybe shouldn't be saying that at all.
Not
and
on
now,
main grid.
and not on main grid, and like
Yeah.
now you're not going to be.
Of
And it's like, you know, you're young and you're a blooming celebrity. Like
I had people
you-
explain it to me. Like, I straight up was like, okay, so I have never known this word to be something that people could not say. My impression was that we're making fun of white people. I was like, why are people mad at me? And then a lot of people were like, baby, look at what it's a combo of. And I
know.
said, right.
But, like,
it's pretty jarring of a word.
Right. And it's close. It's close. It's close. It's one letter off. And ultimately, I was like,
It's almost the
oh,
same word.
it's- Right.
To me,
You're calling them-
me as a white person, it's almost the same.
It's almost
word.
the
But
same.
you are calling a white person that word. Your thoughts?
My thought was, I'm a white person calling it to another white person, and it's about white people.
You know that
But
thing
it's
like
the
the
actual,
YouTube
like,
of like
it's
is MF Doom allowed to say the N word or whatever, and it's like 3 little white kids. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what we're
right
doing right now.
Well, I mean, back to the Ariana Grande, it's like, yeah, when she was having what's her name like write all her music and like Sweetener era, like there was like
Victoria Monet.
Victoria Monet,
Say
which
her name.
needs to go back. Sorry, Victoria Monet. We need to return to that.
Well, exactly.
And like, I'm sorry, I was watching some of those videos. Like, she's not that much bigger.
No.
Right.
She just has like a different tan number in her spray tan.
Yeah.
Like that's like her body. Like
We
actually
talk
think-
about the figure a lot, but we don't talk about the
Yeah.
racial dysmorphia of it all.
And
enough.
I think that's also important to talk about with Jack Harlow, because the reason that he went W word is because he's losing his hair. That's why he started wearing so many hats. And
He's
I just
in,
think
he's in psychosis. He's in Louisville psychosis.
I just think that's a
Yeah.
conversation that people aren't
no,
having.
and bring that to the fucking table, Nick.
Well, wait, does he have hair or is he getting
He's-
the
He's
transplant?
losing it, which
losing
is
his
why
hair.
he's always wearing like a Yasin Bey ass hat.
Yeah, that's why he went neo soul. That's why he's
he
always
went
wearing
neo
hats.
soul for this album.
Have you hairline checked him?
I have not hairline checked him but it's he knows I have the hammer ready and he started
Yeah.
wearing hats.
He started wearing the hat.
Oh, he's so sexy.
But it's like, what do we call him?
like are
Neo
you listening
soul.
to his music?
Am I listening to his music?
Yeah.
No.
So you don't need to call him anything.
Well,
There's plenty of people I talk about all
Who's
the
listening?
time.
Who's listening to his music?
Chris Isaacson, other guys that are W words
Right.
that I know.
Like guys like that. It's like, what do we call that? How do we
Well,
classify them?
You know,
I think
you know
could
what
just
I
say
heard?
male psychosis.
You know how his last album is called Monica?
No.
That's his last album.
Lewinsky?
No, it's like called Monica.
Like
Okay.
yeah.
Like it's supposed to sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, what? How do we refer to him?
What's that about?
How do we refer to that
What's
audacity?
that about?
See, that's
What do
like
we do
where
with
I'm
that?
like, I have too much. I have like people in my comments like wanting to kill me. I'm like, I don't need to think about Jack Harlow.
Of course,
I'm
but,
like-
but
Of
here's
course,
the thing
of
is-
course.
but
I'm
here's
like
the
here,
thing.
like I don't need to do that. Like I have my own rap
Marley-
career. I'm getting on stage and rapping.
Here's-
What are you supposed to call Marley?
Right.
You know,
Right,
it's
but here's
like
the thing is you can distract yourself from how people are telling you they're gonna murder you by thinking about Jack Harlow and how to classify him. Distract.
yeah, unless he's gonna like let me bounce on it, I don't really care.
And do you want to?
I would.
Right.
Oh God, have you been watching the Drake videos?
Yeah.
Of course.
Put it on the screen.
Jack Harlow followed me on Instagram recently, and I was posting pictures of the screenshot of him following me with a photo of Whitney and Bobby, and I was saying that we were going to be the white Whitney and Bobby.
I could kind of see you together because you have like famous dick psychosis that
Yeah.
would like lead
Down.
you to Jack Harlow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you would ever like reveal and like say the dickmatism that just happened
Here's the
to
thing
you?
is I'm having a lot of fun watching people try to figure out who it is.
And they have
they
a
have-
lot of them.
they
Right.
have-
I'm
they
like, I
have.
feel like it's so obvious.
Yeah,
You
there's like
literally
multiple Reddit
post
threads.
paragraphs and essays
Yeah.
and substacks about
Yeah.
every detail
Yes.
where I'm like,
People have been guessing correctly, and it's making me smirk and smile on my phone to see like Reddit threads of people conjecturing
it's
about
not-
who it is.
It's not really for like. Is it? Yeah. Like why? What's the thinking behind not saying it?
The
Is
thing
it just kind
behind
of?
not saying it is
Is it just kind of chic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's chic.
it's
I'm like,
classy, you're a lady.
I'm a
Yeah.
lady. I'm a lady. I don't kiss and tell, but I tell enough where y'all can guess for me. And then if one of these males is like, "Oh, you told everybody," I can be like, "No, I didn't. I never said your name." That's how I've been doing it with my 40-year-old ex.
Oh, you wish I said
Yup.
your name.
Oh, so you were reading.
Yup.
So you were
Yeah.
listening and you
my
were reading.
40-year-old ex, he stalked me on a burner, and he sent me like a long ass message being like, "I can't believe you would betray me like this for attention, like you whatever, da 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 da." And it's like, I never said your name, Pookie. Hit dogs holler.
I don't even know you.
Exactly.
I don't know
Because you're
you.
a ghost to me. If you read my IG story about how being age gap is not moral, and how dating a girl 20 years younger than you isn't ethical and will always end in your heart being treated like raccoon ankle meat, and you thought that was about you, that's your fucking problem, because I never said your name, motherfucker. I ain't never said your fucking name.
I mean, he's got to go to what's his
camp.
name? He's got to go to
A
A,
camp.
a retirement home.
a
gotta-
retirement
in
home.
assisted
but
living.
Who's
The home.
Leonardo? He's got to go to 12-step Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he has to go to Slaw down.
No,
age gap
exactly.
Slaw
He should
down.
go
I
to
mean,
he should
I
go to
do
the
too.
Vice assisted living. That's gonna
Yeah.
open in Williamsburg.
Oh, I just am like, I get, you're right. I don't think you should say it, but there's some fun in like of like the reclamation of it. But I'm also
Of
like,
course. And one
if
day I
some
will
like
reclaim.
famous, whoever man
Well, you've
comes
been
to an
reclaiming.
underground comedy show multiple times.
Of course.
Mhm.
I'm like, you get to like, and like listening to what you're saying,
Yeah.
which is, it's like, of course he's going to be part of the narrative. And I think that's like what is also intriguing.
Yes,
it's like
that's what gets them off, but then it also makes them hate
Have you ever
Exactly.
seen Show About the Show?
Is
me.
that,
Kaveh Zahedi.
no.
Kaveh Zahedi. So he makes like he had a public access show where every episode was about the making of the episode. And
Ooh.
It's really good.
it's
That's
really
so
good, and it
cool.
completely destroys his life because people are sort
Nobody
of
wants to work with him.
people are
Like that.
excited by it because they want to be in a show, but then they are in his life. I don't have a vape, I just have Zins right now.
Do we
but-
have a charger? I'm like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What
Juliana.
are we going to do? Yeah, hi, you have coffee, water, vape?
Yeah, I was like, are we allowed to say rape in this studio? Do you have a vape charger?
You can't just say rape, you have to shout it.
No, and wake that the fuck up. There's a demand.
Boom.
It demands
Boom.
attention.
Ugh, there's so many things that like we've already discussed that I feel like I want to talk more about.
I know, I feel the same way.
And that well back to the thing of like getting in trouble where it's like, right, we're just hanging out and talking, and then it's like the edit comes and the production comes, and I just did another podcast where I said a very influential person's name that I might be trying to get a job from, and I was like, you have to cut that
Right.
until I get rejected from this job.
This one.
Right.
No,
this
exactly.
one.
And it's like, but it's like,
I've done that.
right. And that's not the only, like, and it's like, to think that would be the thing that would get me in trouble on the podcast. It's like, I literally said, Kanye's buy on coke. It's like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if we want to pivot, like, there are podcasts, comedy podcasts, like Drew's, where it's like you have ER Fight Master literally just saying trans women have a more magical understanding of womanhood.
And it's like, what that mean?
What does that mean? And then everybody is like in arms about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's like, would you rather be called ugly and trans investigated on Stavi's podcast or go on like, you know, a woman's comedy podcast and like
Be destroyed by your
be
community.
destroyed by your own community?
Right.
Yeah, ultimately, I'm gonna choose Stavi's world. Ultimately, I'm gonna choose Stavi's world because I've also experienced the other side of that, of the being destroyed by your own community, and it's like, y'all, how are we ever gonna mobilize? How is the left ever gonna mobilize?
I'm like, womanhood, there's no, like, for me, there's no magic behind womanhood. Like, it is about being called a faggot ass clown by a guy in a BMW with a bat. It is being RAPED'd by a domestic terrorist cock. Like, it is about mid pussy. It's
Yeah.
about, like, those are women. And then it's like being, like, all we know is what the patriarchy, has thrusted upon us.
Yeah, it's
And
like there's no real differences or trans. It's not like trans women's like have like an arts and crafts ass like fucking commune idea of what womanhood is. It's like we're all in chains.
Right, and that's why I'm like, I think we're actually getting too binary with it again. Like, we need to bring back sock. Like, we need to bring back like something, because there is something inherently non-binary about being a woman. Because
As
like,
fuck.
it's
Well,
like,
you know,
what do you mean? Like, there's something about me you can never understand.
Well, I posted on my Instagram story recently, being a single mother, being morbidly obese, and an end stage anorexic is as non-binary as being non-binary.
I mean, I like, as somebody who's been non-consensually they-them'd by millions of women across the globe, like, I'm like, damn, maybe I am non-binary, you know? It's like, and I do feel like it is what we have just been, womanhood is what the patriarchy has
People get
actually,
non-binarified against their will.
well, they just have like put us in the box of like what a woman should be and should do to like subjugate and to other, and be like, we don't understand you physically, medically, and we don't want to put funds and resources into this. And they're doing that to any women. But then it's like, in this conversation with this podcast, it's like, well, like, I'm not a cis woman, I'm a woman. Where it's like, the beauty of womanhood is the community and the support and like the fight against misogyny.
Yeah, and we mustn't other ourselves because everybody's already jumping down our throats to other us if we deviate in any way.
Right. Like, we're all in the same fight. Like, the sports genital checks, like, that's happening on little girls. Like, that's it's just so they can then like take away trans women's rights and then take away cis women's rights.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about taking away rights.
Yeah, they're trying to other us anyway, so like, why would we thrust that upon ourselves?
It's
I
so
don't understand
stupid.
why we would sequester ourselves away from each other.
Okay, so I was having a conversation with my girlfriend about how men dress and women dress.
Mm-hmm.
The way the men dress, it's basically just comes from the military or from like working. Like, those are kind of like the two things you can wear. It seems like when women dress, they dress really vibrantly and differently, and you can wear all kinds of wacky shit. Your thoughts?
Well, are we talking about straight men
Yes.
and women?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough because we obviously live in an echo chamber of New York, specifically Brooklyn, New York, where now straight guys are dressing bisexual, are trying to get egg allegations.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to
I
like
love
be like, you love it.
I bring it up. I bring it up all the time.
Exactly. And then I'm like, okay, like, does that, you think that makes you cooler? Maybe it does. Like, I don't know. Or like, it gives you confidence where it's like, oh, maybe I can wear a little cunty earring. And like, maybe I will wear a crop top. And so it's like getting to the point of what is everybody's sexuality, but like gender wise, I mean, you know, I'm in this right now, but part of like why I initially transitioned, I was non-binary for 8 years or something.
Damn.
Did your time.
And I'm going back.
You did the fuck out of your
Return.
time.
You
I'm
served
returning
in
to
the
roots.
trenches.
You
I'm
did
returning.
the fuck out of your
You're
time.
doing another tour.
Literally. And that's why I'm like, people sometimes shit on me for like not being inclusive enough to like non-binary people, and I'm like, I've been trying to expand my gender for like a decade, and I'm only at like a C cup, bitch.
Sis, you're gonna expand any day now.
No, it is expanding every single day. But what the fuck was I saying?
Difference between how men and women dress.
Oh, where I'm like, well, yeah, I wanted to look just naturally every day more like a woman, so I can wear my fucking t-shirt and cargo pants, like, and my Carhartts, like every other bitch wants to.
Yeah, I have a friend who like fully transitioned, like got SRS and is now like at the place where she's like, okay, I'm done cooking, and she did it just so she could dress like a little boy from like a skateboard newspaper cartoon.
Right.
Exactly.
Like she did it so she could dress like Tony the Tiger from Cornflakes.
Exactly. And then it's like transitioning to be a tomboy, and then also like a lot of these people, like, they're so young, it's so hard to know. And now I'm like, all right, turning 30 next year. Like, I had my first writer's room job. Like, I'm working in an office. How the fuck do I dress like an adult woman?
Yeah.
Like, I got like, you know, I had to learn how to be a girl, and now I have to like learn how to be a woman. Where, you know, this conversation of more beautiful understanding of womanhood, it's more just like I'm constantly thinking about it, and it's constantly thrust upon me by, you know, the powers that be. Or it's just like, I'm probably the only transgender person in this woman-owned office. Shout out. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's actually a man-owned office that acquired a female company.
So basically,
Remember?
Everything's okay now. As long as a man owns this space. But yeah, and then it's like, what kind of like a girl, like, what's like if you're wearing like a t-shirt, I mean, this is, I guess, kind of femme because of the ballet flats, but I'm like, then it's like, are you gonna get like,
but I dress
dyke
mad butch.
allegations?
Like, I do like the calf length. I mean, I got the calf length shorts on right now. Usually big shirt or like a slutty tank top, and then like a boot or a sneaker.
Where it's like, why can't there is like also a new age of comedy right now where I think women are trying to like look really good performing, where, you know, in the past, like, it was the like Adam Sandler fit. Like, why can't we just
were dressing like shit so they could be heard?
Right. Where it's like, that's what I would love to just wear basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and I do love that sometimes. And then, but then I show up to the show and they're like, actually, we're filming your set from 3 angles, and like, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna post a stand-up looking like that because then I'm gonna get the comments that are evil.
Right.
Even though it's like this performance where, but as a trans woman, I don't feel like I'm the only, like, I'm like, that's just being a woman is always having to constantly think about your presentation and safety.
You're
and
calculating
survival.
for survival all the time, I think. I think, like, I am lucky where I've sort of chosen to opt out of a lot of the things that other people opt into, both cis and trans women. I don't shave, like, I, you know, don't really wear makeup, like, I don't really mind looking like total shit, like, those things don't really bother me that much, although I do face a lot of flack for them. But sometimes I do think, like, if I were a trans woman that, like, had armpit hair or, like, leg hair or didn't shave my face or whatever, didn't pluck my eyebrows or didn't wear makeup, it's like, would the scrutiny on me be worse than it already is for not doing those things as a cis woman? I think it maybe would be it would be maybe not more, but different.
Well, there is, like, I mean, you are radical in that sense where it's like full, like, I don't know if it's second wave feminism, like something where it's like, oh, you're gonna be on like big stages and be like, yeah, I'm a woman and this is like what woman is to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're not gonna go blonde, shave your pits, go Amanda Lepore with it. Like
No.
that is, you're not going to lean into the Ozempified like world that we're in, and because you are intellectual and thinking about these things, and you are as I look at myself, like a student of the craft,
Yeah.
of celebrity, of TV,
Yes.
of pop culture, where it's like, I think we share, you know, our love for the box.
Amy Winehouse.
Where it's like, we see what happens to women,
Yeah.
to talented geniuses that are connected to higher power, where it's like, okay, how do we lean into that but also like survive and protect
Yeah.
ourselves, because
Yeah,
she did it.
definitely. It's like I feel like I've just spent so much time studying and observing the blueprints, and I've realized that there really isn't anything that you can actually do as a woman with your appearance that won't garner a really violent response from people. I mean, I was posting about this yesterday where it's like everybody's saying like thin is back in, but it seems like all of these female celebrities that are caught being too thin are being lambasted to hell and
Yeah.
back about it, and it's like, is thin back in, or are a few people just thin and then everybody immediately decided to act like they were like breaking out of the matrix by making a comment about it? And these people are like really reacting very cruelly to these women who,
Yeah.
most of which have always been thin, like we were talking about with Ariana. It's like most of these women have always been thin, but people are all of a sudden acting like they just like spawned up out of the earth like 80 pounds and fucking like dying of anorexia.
Right.
And so they're like they're you know, reacting to these images with such force and such hatred, as if that'll do anything. But I'm sort of realizing it's like, whether you fat Lizzo or you Rexiana Grande,
Your Megan Trainerification.
yeah, it's like you're fucked either way. It's like there's people are gonna have like really violent reactions to images of you, and they're also going to use your body as sort of like a linchpin for other cultural ills that they're trying to work out. And so all of these things that people at large, the consuming public, are like wrestling with, like politically and socially, the female body is always going to be the canvas on which all of those issues are thrust upon. I think that trans women experience this a lot as well, because like I think often trans women's experiences of misogyny are not really favored in conversation over the trans thing or over race or over class. It's like people can't really look at just the issues of women, period, and the experience of misogyny, period, like purely. They always have to stack other things on top of them in order to be able to rationalize them. So it's like, when it comes to like the body politics conversation that we're having, that everybody's having in the fucking wrong direction or being so nasty about right now, it's like people actually don't really care about how these things affect women or a woman's feelings, and they're like using the body issue as a proxy to be misogynistic, and they're couching it in like, they're like, I'm concerned for women because I'm concerned about their bodies. But it's like, isn't what feminism has been fighting for forever for women to like not be usurped by their bodies,
and to like own their bodies?
Yeah.
And I mean, we've moved past the BOPO like body positivity movement like so fast. Like it's so fast. And I think thin, I don't know if thin is in, but it's like, yeah, with the Ozempic, like, sure, that's like what is easy and accessible, but I am accepting that because that means then thick bitches will be back in like 2 years,
all these
hopefully.
things are
Like,
cyclical, and
I'm like,
yet we
tits and
have
ass
such-
are gonna be cool again
but
soon.
we have such violent reactions to these images of women, even though it's all like so circuitous and cyclical, and
Yeah.
the discourse is the same, even if like the form of which we're thrusting, like the form that the thing that we're thrusting our anger upon changes. It's like, you know, like I said, it's like people was hella mad at fat Lizzo, people is hella mad at skinny Rexiana Grande now, and it's like, okay, so what? We just go around and around and then everybody is acting like them making a comment on it is like them breaking out of the matrix. They're like, how is nobody seeing this? How is nobody talking about how this is a problem? It's like, look at the fucking comments below yours. It's 100,000 comments about the exact same fucking thing. Doesn't even matter who's in the image. Doesn't matter at all. It's just everybody feels really emboldened to act like they are the first person to ever look at a woman's
No.
body critically, and it's like, welcome to
literally
history, welcome to all of time.
Try not to comment on a woman's body challenge level.
Impossible.
completely.
It's impossible.
And then
for
it's like,
people.
sure, there is like the stacking or just like intersectionality where it's like, even it's like, why is, everybody is taking what a white, trans, or non-binary person is saying on a podcast as fact.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, this is a comedy podcast. Like, why are you listening to us about any of this?
yeah.
Like, this is like, go make some friends, like learn something, read a book. I mean, actually, I can't say that I haven't been reading, but do something. Like, I don't know. This is not like education. This is like a conversation, or maybe a conversation starter.
And also, like, is it EJ or ER?
ER.
ER Fight Master is not like a famous person.
No.
And not an expert.
Were on, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
So
they were
they,
on
like,
Grey's
rose
Anatomy
to, like-
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, that's also not like a celebrity. So why is the video
And they're not a senator. They're not
Right.
a billionaire.
Right. It's like,
Right.
what do
They're
you
not Ivy Woe.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm not ER Fight Master, and I'm not a senator or a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about that video is activating people so much? It's just I think it's just the fact that like people can have strong stances on women from both sides, and they can just sort of like CIA organized fight with each other in order to make sure that the left never
But also,
is a coalition.
Isn't it,
Right.
isn't it a little bit like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Like, isn't it just kind of like a made up thing for you to talk about too?
A little bit, like just
Like,
sort
it's
of,
just like a discourse point that was given to us by the algorithm to fight about.
I don't know
Yeah.
how it started, but it is, I think, just like an excuse for, like liberal. I don't know. I was just watching what's her bitch ass name from Big Bang Theory, Mia Bialik.
Oh,
who's, like,
Maya
Oh,
Bialik.
yeah.
Maya
Maya
Bialik, who's
Bialik.
like a
Zio,
Zionist,
yeah.
and like she's like talking about how to be like a liberal Jew, and it's literally just it's so disturbing. And she's like, the Democrats and liberals can't talk about nuance. I'm like, you wouldn't know nuance if it like hit you over the head with some gelt, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, it's where it's like the same with this, where it's like, I don't know who these women are in the comments, and it is an excuse for a lot of them just to be transphobic or to be like, we're not talking about my issues enough. Where it's like, yeah, we're all struggling. We all have a body. Even guys have bodies too.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna perish, and we've all been, touched inappropriately at the gay club. Like, we've all been there. Like, and so it's like it is a little bit of a psyop where we're in misogyny, psychosis, where we're just at odds with each other, and then everybody has to add their opinion. And I think what was hard about this, I guess, viral situation was that, there was no trans woman in the conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
also
why are we taking that as fact? It's like, there's not
Right.
actually a trans woman in the conversation. Because if I was there, it's like,
you
I
wouldn't
would
have
not
said
be
those things
calling.
like that.
I would not be calling my thoughts and version of
Womanhood
womanhood
magical.
magical.
Yeah.
I would say at the current moment, it is giving me distress and making me want to,
Yeah.
like, and that's like what womanhood was created for. And so I'm like, I hopefully, thick is back, sock, blue hair is back. Go to your local barista, tip them.
And thank them for the time they've put in the non-binary factory.
Because like we're going, I don't know, even like seeing this conversation, it's just, I'm like, oh, we're going into a dark place in society. I mean, obviously we're already there, but I'm like, that's why I'm like, right, we don't need eggs anymore. No more eggs. We just need straight men who will like and reshare our reels.
If you're
But
in
also,
line, stay in line.
I'm a little scared to identify as like a good straight guy. Like I talked about this with Megan. Because it's like, don't develop like any kind of like expectations of me. Don't make up a
Hundo P.
thing about me.
Yeah, Hundo P. Because that is also a trap for straight guys.
Yeah.
it's
When
I will-
women are like,
It is.
you're the good one, then all of a sudden they piss them off one time and you're over. And it's mad
I mean,
dangerous.
that's like what I gave. What do you call a meatloaf at your show when you're backstage? Like, I told Meatloaf, I was
Beef
like,
log, yeah.
I was like, listen, I gave him a stern talking
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
Marley was like, if you fuck this up, like you will rue the day.
And like, so that's why I'm kind of like, I mean, and he is ruining the day, I think, a little
He
bit.
better. Child, he better.
And so I'm like, but I'm like, right, even the good ones, or like where I'm like, right, as a man, I still think like you do have to, I'm like, you maybe personally should have expectations for yourself and how you go about the world and treat women and treat gay people and treat trans people, because nobody has those expectations for you. Like, sure, if one woman is like, oh, like Nick is friends with Ivy and like had Marley on the podcast, like he must be a good guy. Okay, 1 year rape allegations.
Exactly.
What do we do now?
Yeah, but sometimes I worry about that with being presented next to Ivy, because I'm like, sometimes like, you know, we talk about being like transracial and saying wigger and stuff, and it's like, would I be able to do that if I wasn't like right next to like a girl who was doing it?
But
do you know what I mean?
Here's the thing is, yes, I actually think that you would be able to, because I don't get away with it, but you do.
Well, no one knows who I am, too.
Well, that's a big thing also, but I think that men have a lot more leeway in terms of stuff like that, because if they're being graded by other men and observed by other men, I think that women and queer people tend to hold each other to really high, stringent standards and are really quick to, like, thrust the sword down on top of somebody for any sort of like moral or ethical transgression or impropriety. I think that men give each other a lot of leeway. Like Marley was saying, there's sort of nobody expecting you to not be how they think you would be. If
anything, there's a huge audience. If you're racist, like you would probably get famous. You know, it's like that has worked time and time again for men. Like I actually think, it's like it will. You will get more listeners. Like, and that's like why the Stavros comments are like, because they went from this whatever like,
and he's like the face of the DNC or whatever. There's people that want him to be the face of the new left.
I mean, like socialism. Socialist king.
Which is crazy. It's like nobody would ever call me a socialist queen. I feel like Stav has probably said things that are like on par or worse, whatever that means, than things that I have said.
Definitely if you laughed at the N-word on a podcast 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's like I don't think anybody would call me the new face of the left. Like,
you would not get away with it.
But he sort of is being... Oh, you changed the picture. But he
now
sort
we're in
of...
school. Now we're in school.
Bitch,
now we're
I'm
teaching
here.
class.
Wait, sit down. You're in class. Ivy, hit him with it.
I think that
I would go to school if this was the teacher.
No, literally.
No.
If this was the lunch.
I actually taught a class recently. I went to Barnard and I taught.
I did too.
We really?
You taught a class too?
Yeah, I lectured at a speech therapy class.
Oh, that's
Why am I not who's not? Why are they not letting me teach? I don't have a degree.
You're like 19.
I don't have a degree.
Wait for
I also don't have a degree.
Oh.
I barely have a
They
GED.
didn't ask me for my degree.
You're give them 2 years and you'll.
What class did you teach?
I think it was like it was like a trans memoir class.
Cool.
And my friend taught it, and I was like writing my piece about my dad and I's relationship, and before it was published, and they read it. It was so sweet. It was really, really cute.
This was at Bard?
This was at Barnard. Yeah.
And what was the class you taught?
Seton Hall.
Seton Hall?
Yeah, I gave a lecture at a university in Newark for a master's program for people that want to be speech therapists.
And what did you say?
They were just like asking me about stuttering and stuff.
And you were like, yeah.
And I was like, I did a lot of Adderall and it changed when I was 18.
Right,
I gave him the whole spiel.
Yeah. And they were like, we can't hear you.
That's what happened with
they
Adderall?
They were like, why is he making mac and cheese sounds?
No, so I had a normal one, and then I did a lot of stimulants when I was 18, and it changed to this thing where I like sucked the top of my mouth. But I used to have like a Porky Pig one.
Well, it sounds like what I stim in my sleep, and I suck the top of my, because I used to suck my thumb a lot.
Wow.
And so I'm like, I'm making mac and cheese.
I scream in my sleep. I'm a sleep screamer.
Girl, you have some serious like demons up in there.
Do you remember screaming, or like what you were thinking about when you started screaming?
I wake up screaming. I've been doing this since I was a child, where like I'll scream in my sleep and then I'll wake up screaming. I also will scratch up myself in my sleep. So one time I woke up and I had scratched a mole off of my neck in my sleep, and I was bleeding really heavily, and I was covered in blood. Like my hair was soaked in blood, and there was blood all down my chest, and it was because I had a mole under my fingernails.
That is crazy. That's why I'm like,
they whooping my
anybody
ass.
On the internet or whoever who is like, Ivy Woke needs to die. Like,
it's
Ivy
like,
Woke.
baby.
It's like,
They got
she whatever you think, whatever you want her to suffer, she is
I've
suffering.
suffered.
She's suffering
Trust me, I've
50
suffered.
billion times more.
Like, I've suffered down. Like,
Like-
I've been in the camps.
Maybe that's the thing about knowing you too. It's like so easy to feel bad for you in a way that like maybe if you don't know you,
Yeah,
it would be
it's
hard and be like,
it's like the circumstances. Capital T, capital C, the circumstances. Child, what
Yeah.
about the circumstances?
And like, thank God it's like you're not going like diameter of Ariana.
yeah.
No,
Like,
literally.
or like you're not like addicted
Well,
to pills.
Well, I
still.
used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I
what
did all that.
I'm like.
Yeah.
It's like because, you know, we know what it's like for starlets. Like
Right.
we know what happens, and it's like you are blossoming in this way that everybody can see, and unfortunately, people have a lot of shit to say. Like, you know, people say shit to me all the time, but if it's like, if people call me racist, I actually would be addicted to pills. Like I
Yeah.
don't know like what I would do. Like I can't
Yeah, it's
handle that.
crazy. It's crazy, and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, I've had people make up rape and pedophile allegations against me. I've had people make up, you know, the fake screenshots of me saying the N-word. It's like all these things that have been happening since I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
And it's always like, I think that a lot of the time it's like, when people get tired of calling me ugly, they just have to make something else up. Or when they get tired of calling me a fascist, they have to call me ugly. It's like these things are kind of corollary to one another. And so it's like, I don't know. It's like, it is really strange. And it sucks because it's like, I feel like no matter how much I sort of re-exert my leftist politics, it doesn't really matter because people think that I am reprehensible and on the side of the enemy regardless. And it's like, I actually think it's like, I mean, no, it's not something that I think I should be rewarded for or is valiant, but I actually think it's like maybe something to be of note is the fact that I actually have not drifted to the alt-right or the right in any way, and that my experiences with like cancellation and scorn have only emboldened my leftist politics and have made me even
Yeah.
stronger
Yeah.
of a leftist that I always have been. And I think what a lot of people that are more vulnerable to criticism like that would be like, okay, you think I'm a racist, you think I'm a Nazi, I'll just go join their side then. And it's like, I actually am not interested in that whatsoever because it's not what I believe in, because my identity is really strong. And
Yeah.
I have like a really fully developed sense of self, so I'm not interested in ever actually being the Nazi that people think I am. It's like, I know who I am and it's not a Nazi. It's like, I would never actually veer that way. And I think a lot of people that are maybe more susceptible to criticisms like that would have by now maybe, or they would feel more like they could be embraced or less criticized on that side. But I know who I am really strongly and I know what my values are, so I would never go there.
Well, I think that it is like the radical of also like, yeah, you going up without your legs shaved, or like you're like, or like it's like even that, or like me when I think like, oh, I have to say certain things or represent a community or whatever it is, it's like, well, even just me in like a podcast room or on TV or on like that is just radical, my presence there.
Yes.
Where it's like, can't you see, like sometimes if people can't see that, or they hold queer people or to such higher standards, or like these high standards that nobody can reach because we're all suffering. And it's like, well, Ivy Woke is not going to come and be our savior. But I think it's hard because literally, Gen X white gay guys literally think you're the savior.
Yeah.
And to which I'm
Down.
like, you are the savior to them.
To
like
them?
I do,
Yeah.
I do believe
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I mean,
It's hard. It's definitely like, I understand it's interesting to hear you talk about how, like, if you were ever, like, in times where you have been scorned by people that you would be in community with, that is, like, unfathomably difficult to parse through. And it's like, that's kind of primarily all it's ever been. Granted, like, I've been lambasted by all sides of the aisle or whatever, like, all demographics, all forms of people. Like, I've been doxxed and witch hunted by incels the same as I have been doxxed and witch hunted by, you know, non-binary lesbians in Portland. It's like,
Right. Oh my
it's like
God. Sorry, that triggered me.
And I'm sorry. And I should have said TW colon before.
No, that was like, yes.
But, it's like people that I would be in community with probably on paper because of my politics or my identities or whatever.
And if you keyed, like, maybe you would.
And that's the thing is, I'm always like, if we keyed, maybe we would.
They're mad because they don't have access to you.
Yes, they're mad that they don't have access to me, and the only way they can get access to me is by vilifying me.
Being evil.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean...
And it's like, I could cut it up with anybody.
But there's something, like, I do think, and maybe I have this kink in a way, but maybe I'm, like, a bit older, so I'm, like, but it's, like, you want to stir the pot. Like, there is some, like thing that you're, like, well, I want to be edgy, and I want to be this thing, because then you, like, wouldn't be talking about, like, Asian pussy or like or talking in like a black accent. Like there are some ways in which you're like, I am playing with all that I know about culture and language to incite something. And sometimes that hits and sometimes
it doesn't.
And also
backfires.
Like I'm always kind of surprised the amount that you read the comments and the amount you respond to them, but I feel like you always respond to them in pretty good faith. You take their arguments seriously in a way that is probably detrimental to you.
Maybe, but people are people. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I think because my experience has been being unheard or misconstrued, it's like, even my detractors, I want to still humanize them. It's like, that's a person on the other side of the phone. Yeah. You may not see me as a person. I may be like an object or a representation or an avatar or whatever, but it's like, as much as I can see you as a person, even though I don't have access to you and don't know you, I will try that because ultimately, like, my goal in this world is to know as much as possible, which is, like, I think, like, your point, it's like that often comes off. It is provocative.
Right.
To interface with the things that I interface with, to interpolate into my work the things that I do, race, class, gender expression, like all these things that
mental illness,
bruv, like these things that maybe people would say are not my place to interface with, but it's like my sort of goal is like this like gumbo of empathy where it's like I want to know so much about other people that I can wear their skin while still being me. You know what I mean? It's like
I want to skin people.
Okay,
you want to skin black people.
We will put skin transgender people, but it's like I want to know everybody deeply.
I'm picturing this me.
Yup. But like, I want to know people and the world around me and be curious about it so deeply and have empathy for everybody that I can take things on and wear them as my own because we're all one person.
And all lives matter.
No,
I know, but it's like it's like I know your heart, and it's like I have the same way where even on podcasts people are like, Marley is like a hateful person. Like all her jokes are like punching down about like, kids with canes, whatever. But I
would love to hear these jokes.
You should know it. You're scrolling. You're stalking me. You have a girlfriend. You gotta chill. But it's like, I know you have a good heart, but it does. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when I think about like you using black scent, like I think that you have a deep admiration for black culture and you want to be a part of it so badly as many white people do. And like I think that you could argue that it's like, and would love to hear about this from anyone who's listening, but like maybe it's problematic and maybe like it's privileged, the idea that you can use black scent and still be seen as an intellectual in a way that maybe sometimes black people can't, or that kind of stuff. But like, is it quite racist? I don't know. It's maybe problematic. It's maybe privileged.
Sure, of course. But, and I own problematic and privileged as labels that can be ascribed to me. I don't refute problematic nor privileged.
You're open-minded and you are listening sometimes to your detriment where you're hearing everything.
You're not obeying, but you're listening.
Yeah.
It's I mean, like sometimes there are some comedians that I'm like, you're Irish and you're going and you like move to New York and now you kind of have like you're performing stand up with a black scent. And I'm like, wait, what is happening?
Yeah.
And so, it's hard because you are just so funny to me. And so
and that's what's hard.
And it's like it's like not my place sometimes to comment. It's like, sure, could I see what you do as racist? Yeah. Like, would I do the same thing? No, but it's
Right.
like nobody, I'm not famous in that way yet, but nobody's like, well, nobody's coming up to me like after I like rap 3 different songs. And it's like, girl, what are you doing?
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm Eminemiana. Like, what are you talking about? But I mean, I think there will be, as you age into your career, you're gonna be like, I can't respond to these comments. I can't take them all in.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, I'm just gonna like, you're just gonna grow into also like, who you are, and then you're just gonna like grow into whoever, where it's like, I'm not like going to parties and like wall twerking and like taking up space in the same way anymore. Like, that's just like not what I'm gonna do, and like how I'm going to show my love for other cultures is to like sit my ass down and listen, and not necessarily like absorb every single thing that like I hear or think is funny.
Yeah,
And
I'm
at the
definitely
same
like an
time-
absorber and an
Yeah.
aggregator and a refractor. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I sort of like to, I don't know, it's some sort of like weird autistic thing that I've always done since I was a kid, where it was like, I grew up in an all Korean neighborhood for the first like 12 years of my life. The elementary school I went to was 90% Korean. I spoke conversational Korean to communicate with my friends and their parents. Then the second elementary school I went to was all Black and Latino. I was one of 4 white kids. I was a lot of people's first Jewish person that they had ever met in their lives. All of my classmates were either
Horns.
Muslim or Jehovah's Witness or like Roman Catholic. And so like by 4th and 5th grade, I was like speaking in
Tongues.
Black slang. I was like, oh, but I was speaking in like Black and Spanish slang so that I could like also communicate with my
I was
classmates.
gonna
And
say,
then
I don't
like,
hear a lot of Korean from you.
no, I've lost the
It seems,
Bring
Korean.
that back.
It seems like the middle school was maybe
Kamsahamnida,
more
like, bring that
I've
influential.
back.
lost the Korean. I've lost all the Korean, but like so it's like I've always kind of, and then I had friends in LA that were like very Jewish, and I was never like, I was Jewish by association because my parents were like atheists, but I had a lot of friends that were like, their parents were very religious or like modern Orthodox or like Reform, but like still went to temple and did shul and all that. And so I learned stuff from them, and there was things that they taught me there, and it was like I just was always sort of like taking stuff that I found interesting about language and then sort of just mixing it all together to find my own way of speaking. And so it's like it sort of is a thing where it's like
Well, it's survival. It's like about
Yeah.
survival. It's like how to communicate in this world, and then like you actually care, like genuinely are interested and care about the people in your community and like
Yeah.
how they're different from you.
yeah.
And it like titillates your own tism.
Yeah,
But also, like,
definitely.
Black people and gay people make like the best shit.
Yes.
And Black
100%.
gay people make
Make
the best shit.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
No,
Unbelievable.
I mean
the words
everything we
As-
do it's
is
like
from Black gay people.
everything we say, everything we
Every
do,
single thing.
every stand-up
Besides-
set I see.
Besides maybe improv.
Right.
I don't know. It's like I don't know, because it's like that's almost like vaudevillian to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Jazz.
Jazz.
Like-
Improvisation.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, then improv is Black and gay too.
We
'cause
found
it's
it.
jazz.
We
I
found
I
it.
do think, I mean, all American culture stems from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
and
like
then I'm like, K-pop, we can't even go
K-pop,
there.
we can't even go there,
Like-
ew. But like, I care about culture. I care about American culture, and it comes from all of those things, and I,
Like
may
yeah, like
recite it through my own like white gaze or white point of view, but I'm not really interested in distilling it
White
to
gays.
period. But I'm not really that interested in like distilling it to a point where it doesn't have, you can't identify any origin in
Yeah.
it. It's like when I speak the way that I do, it's like not because it's like I'm reciting it through my own lens, but I'm not so interested in like, kind of purifying it or distilling it or anything in order to make
yeah.
it incomprehensible or for it to have no source.
and like, can you imagine a white person that never kind of wanted to be black? Like, can you
It's just
imagine how
divisive.
racist that person is?
I always think that when white people like really out of fear of overstepping or being problematic or whatever sequester themselves away from
exactly.
any sort of like culture of other races, it ultimately makes you more racist inadvertently out of fear than if you were just trying to sort of interface with people person to person and communicate person to person like a normal fucking human being.
Right. It's like very like, oh, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
you know, where it's like, sure, yeah, we're 4 white people in a room right now.
Yeah.
I'm actually Hispanic.
Spain.
Prove it. Uncut.
White Hispanic.
Okay.
He's a SAG eligible disabled Hispanic creator.
And a lot of people at Union Hall forget that.
Yeah, a lot of people at Union Hall forget that he's a disabled SAG eligible Hispanic creator.
Wait, how did you get your SAG allegations?
Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen.
That means nothing to me.
Of course.
I'm
That
on it.
means
It means
nothing
nothing.
to
It means
me.
nothing to me
Okay,
either.
Great. Well, but congratulations.
And thank you so much.
We got some disabilities in here.
Yeah, down.
I mean, I do think there is something where it's like, okay, we can have this conversation, and it's like we're in a world that is like actually trying to rip out education and
Totally.
fully like critical race theory from every single, you know, level of education. I'm like, right. And so it's like all we do have are like Ivy woke on the red carpet.
For real.
And so sometimes like it is like that is what is inspiring the
Right.
next or this generation. Like you are the voice of a generation. This generation, I don't know. It's in the future. It's in the future.
Yeah, but,
We
like,
don't know yet. But
there's-
so it's like that's like
yeah.
what people are absorbing. Like you are changing that culture, and I feel the same way for myself. And so it's like, well, yeah, are you gonna inspire other little white kids to like talk like that? Like I don't know.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and like, there's no like Gore Vidal on the Tonight Show, or like you're not reading Russian authors in high school or whatever
Right.
anymore. So all we have is ER Fightmaster on a
On Drew Follows podcast.
Gay Guys podcast.
Right, and it's like we're listening to them because we think they're hot.
Yeah.
This is my friend, so I'm like, I feel bad saying that.
Also,
but it's
I
like,
believe Drew Our Follows podcast is on the Acast network. Am I wrong? Okay, cool.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the
Drew.
show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the
You guys want to take a break? Or you want me to-
Yeah, we can take a break.
or we could keep.
I have
Let's
to,
finish
all I
this
have to
thought.
say is
Yeah.
that I'm glad that those two people are, you know, talking about this, and like also it's like Drew is going comment by comment being like, you're a TERF, block, you're a TERF, block.
Yeah.
And then people are so mad because they're like, if somebody disagrees with you, you're just calling them a TERF and blocking them. Where I'm like, at least there's somebody with some amount of like followers and like some, you know, power in whatever. Because it's like,
That's
yeah, this
sticking
is
up for
podcast, like
Right.
money. Like I'm like, you're sticking up in that big of a sense, because it's like, you know, I love him, but you know who's not doing that? Stavi's not like in
Right,
the
yeah.
comments doing that.
That's
you know,
the thing.
it's like,
That was what I was really frustrated about when we did the Stavi's World episode, and I was undergoing like misogynistic scrutiny for like 4 months after that, and then there was like this article in like maybe it was GQ or Esquire where Stavi was like it was like Stavi's address to young men, and it was like, you need to learn how to love women, you need to fuck fat bitches, whatever, and it's like, okay, so he's doing this address to young men, he's being hailed as like the face of, you know, the new left, the like post woke one
which I
left.
will say, when the people call in and it's like untherapized men and he's actually giving genuine like, I'm like,
Yes.
oh, like you're
He's
actually
meeting them
needed
where
in
they're
this
at.
community.
Yes, he's meeting
like,
them where
for
they're at
sure.
in many regards, but it's like when a woman comes on his show and the comments are fucking egregious.
Yeah.
There is no addressal. There is no, let me
Right.
try to keep my fans in check. Let me try to.
How do we
correct-
protect these people?
Yes, there is
Yeah.
none of that. And it's sort of like, I would never be somebody that a magazine would put me on the cover and be like, this is the face of the new left.
Of
from
new girls.
Yeah, it's like from edgy comedian to the
Right.
face of like what womanhood is on the left in 2026. It's like they would never let me do that. They would never let me do that because I'm too flagrant, I'm too whatever, I'm too this, I'm too that. But somebody like Stav, because on account of being a man, is allowed that sort of leeway regardless of any sort of things that other people might perceive in 2026 as moral improprieties that he committed comedically all those years ago. So that was really frustrating. And then also, yeah, just like the lack of sort of addressal of, hey, my fans, can you stop like sending misogynistic scrutiny towards these women who
Yeah.
I had on my show because I like them?
Right. I guess it's like that would be nice. I do think like maybe publicly saying that would just incite more of that.
Perhaps.
And so I think it's like maybe it's like more of like a private thing,
Yeah.
because yes, And like even with the Drew example, because she's going hard, being like fighting for her trans sisters and like whatever, and being like, this is not a conversation really. Like this is just like, this is what happened in the podcast studio today with the 3 people that were in the room, and this is our ideas and what we felt today and how we tweaked off our cold brew this morning. And so it's like, you know, because she keeps replying, making videos, I mean, she's probably getting engagement, making some money off of whatever those videos, but and then everybody's going back and watching the full clip. Kind of genius. So honestly, maybe Stavros should like reply in person, but it's like I don't think he gives a fuck in that way.
Yeah.
Where actually then him bringing that up, like the act of him having a trans woman on the podcast does say, like, even just my presence there, and that is a question. It's like, is that enough? Is that radical enough? Is that enough action? Is that enough work to just like platform somebody in that way, to just like humanize them? And it is so raw. Being on a podcast is so raw. Like, we are just chatting and talking. It's really not that edited. And so, you know, if he was like pushing back in the same way, if you're telling a man in West Virginia what to think
it might
about a man in a dress, oh no, they're gonna come to my house, they're gonna find my address. Like, it might actually heighten that like to a scary place, because it's already at a scary place. So what is, like, it's like people want to be at odds, like they want to look for violence. Me too. I'm like, I'm literally hashtag me too. I mean, somebody recently was like, you do be promoting violence. I'm like, and then I realized, like, I was thinking about my last couple sets, and I was like, my tag at the end was, I'm gonna bomb Tel Aviv. I was like, right, okay.
But like, we're rowdy bitches. We're fucking rowdy.
But I'm also, and I want to incite revolution. Sorry.
Down.
Like, that is part of it. It's like, it's like, if leftist means inciting revolution,
then
where it's like, I'm on a stage with a mic, looking, sounding, acting like this. Can't that, like, yes, sometimes I have to be like, that's enough. Like, that's enough. Like, I don't need to, like, get shot by rubber bullets anymore. Like, let me just say what I have to say. And, you know, I'm still getting a lot of flack online, and, you know, it's only going to be more as, you know, that grows, as like our careers and selves and, you know, people see us.
But we have to stand strong. And the thing is, both of us are people who have such strong senses of self that we would never falter. And I think the reason why people are so sort of shaken by how, like, I hear everything, but then they don't think that I adhere to it, is because, like, I have a really strong sense of self, and I'm not really somebody that is so easily pushed in either direction. I think if I was somebody that was pushed in either direction easily, I wouldn't be who I am, and also that could potentially make me susceptible to, like, dangerous or harmful rhetoric that I don't believe in truly. And so, like, I think I hear everything and I engage with everything, like, really in its totality and empathetically, but
do you have, like, because I feel like I have this where it's like, okay, there's one comment where it's like, you know, Ivy's like punching down, like she's like the rudest guest ever. Like, do you take that to heart? Is it like, am I? Because that's how I feel. Like, it's like, I like see that and I go like, I'm like, oh, maybe I am that. And so that's like, that's what I need to learn like to push that away.
It happens to me sometimes. Like, it's been like 10 years of this though. So, but sometimes it still creeps in. But mostly I'm impervious to it. I mean, I just know who I am and how people in my life love me. And I also know that what I do means a lot to people that it means a lot to, and so of course it will be polarizing, because if it is really important to some people, of course it's going to seem flagrant and nasty or unimportant or useless to other people. It's like you can't have one without the other. And I just know that in my real life I am loved, and I have friends who don't mind that I talk too much on a podcast or whatever, or my volume gets a little out of control or whatever. It's like these pedantic things that people pick up on the internet. It's like, those aren't even things that are raised to me in real life by the people that I'm around, and so I
Right.
don't really care because it's like the people that have a problem with it. It's like, well, we would never be in front of one another anyway. It's like if you
And-
think by
and
volume
they're not
control,
paying the check. They like
Yeah.
it's like they're not the ones that it's like they want the cookie and they to pay
Yeah.
the check. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna give a big
yeah,
check for the
so I
cookie,
sort
so
of
it's like,
just,
yeah.
I don't question myself that much about it anymore. Sometimes it creeps in, but I'm pretty good at reassuring myself that it's just like people being needlessly pedantic and sort of scrupulously mining me for anything that they can be upset about. It's like if they can't find something in my rhetoric or my appearance, they'll
Yeah.
pick up on the volume of my voice or the sound of my voice or whatever. Like, it's just sort of like people are just trying to find things that make them irritated, and it's like you don't have
Right.
to engage with me, especially it's the internet. It's like you easily can just like change your algorithm so that I never come across your desk ever again. It's like you are choosing to
I actually don't know if they can.
with me.
I think like honestly, like if you whisper Ivy woke once, like I think that's in your algorithm for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
which-
and also, let alone if they turn on a movie or
Right,
a
that's
television
true,
show.
that's true, that's true.
Sorry,
I am becoming
sorry,
sort
your
of-
book.
I am becoming sort of ubiquitous, but it's like
I mean, that's beautiful, and I think that's beautiful. I guess I also want to talk like about like the male version
Sure.
of this and being like, okay, yeah, you're different because of. Why do I feel like Orna right now?
no.
I'm like,
It's
no, I
something
wanna
about
go
this studio
It's
too.
giving
The
Warner.
studio
It's
makes
like-
us lib or whatever.
Yeah,
It
we're-
makes us
we're
get in,
living
No,
out.
we're
get into
calling
the
each other in right now.
just like the discourse.
That's what the episode should be called.
No.
We called each other in.
The
No, it
last
literally
episode we released,
is.
it was like me and Megan Bitchell talking about snacks.
And this one is Marley being like, so do you think that you're emboldening other little white kids of the future to talk like you? And I'm going, perhaps. Perhaps.
The
But we
question,
had to-
one of the
it's better we have
questions,
this now.
the questions I had prepared were like, which Jeff Dunham puppet do you identify with the most?
The terrorist one.
That was my choice too.
Yeah.
Ahmad.
I said
You're Peanut.
yeah. So
Oh.
I said that I used to think I was Walter, but really I'm Peanut, and that's
Oh,
part of maturing.
cute.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop
Where's
down.
Jeff?
We're gonna stop down now and then start the next episode. Okay.